novel as an e-book has allowed him to fulfill his dream of becoming a published author, all from his hometown of North Bay. He did say, though, that he would one day like a paper copy of The Sacred Ash to keep on his bookshelf as sort of a trophy. Police say they are fully aware of the joyous nature of St. Patrick's Day, but they say it is no excuse. They want drinkers to plan for a sober driver just like they would any other day of the year. If you ignore the bylaw and do have an outdoor fire in the city, if it gets away from you and fire crews have to be called to put it out, they want to remind you you could be stuck with the bill. And if all else fails, take comfort in knowing that according to the report, we are much happier than Americans and even the British. I spoke with a North Bay drug abuse counselor. She told me since March 1st, when OxyContin stopped being manufactured in Canada, the street price for the drug has doubled. She says users are now looking for other, cheaper highs, and that has police concerned. Carrie Trownson, CTV News, North Bay.
And now to CTV News.
Good evening. Thank you for joining us. Topping the news tonight, we're in the middle of the spring freeze-thaw cycle in the north, and the melting snow has revealed the many potholes all over our roads, making it a challenge for drivers trying to navigate some of Sudbury's streets.
These gaping craters keep vehicles bouncing, rocking. Ben Mercer, CTV News, Sudbury.
Workers in the hospital industry held a rally in Sudbury's downtown core to protest planned health care cuts. The Ontario Council of Hospital Unions says it's defending services that are on the chopping block by the McGuinty government. Those cuts total more than $1 billion. The union says the move would then reduce services, increasing wait times and job losses. The Ontario government has not announced any planned cuts to health care. The Liberals are expected to release their 2012 budget at the end of March. Changing schools can be stressful for students, even though September is 6 months away. A school in North Bay is working now to make that transfer easier for kids.
Aboriginal artist Dan Commanda has come full circle. As a teen.
Now time for a look ahead at Friday's Canada AM.
Tomorrow on Canada AM, Johnny Reid.
I'd now like to introduce you to my place of serenity.
At his home in Nashville.
That's our first check on news. We'll be back with the latest sports and weather conditions right after this break. This was the scene late Saturday night as OPP snowmobiles head on to Trout Lake. Officers with the Traffic Reconstruction Unit and a coroner are trying to piece together just how that fatal collision happened. Police got the call a few minutes earlier from a nearby resident who heard screaming. Police say there were 2 snow machines involved. They were following each other. The lead snow machine was carrying a driver and a passenger, and the second, just a driver.
They described the conditions at the time as foggy. The second snowmobiler advised that they just came across a rock face, and the lead snow machine hit the rock face, and then he ended up following them in and also hitting the rock face.
16-year-old Jesse Folsom of Phelps Township was killed. A 14-year-old boy was taken to hospital, treated and released, while a 17-year-old boy remains in hospital with a broken leg.
We have conducted some interviews, but as you can imagine, the other 2 drivers were sent to hospital with non-life-threatening injuries at this point. So all of the interviews have not been taken yet, so we don't have a total grasp of it. We do know that they were on their way home or wherever their entry onto the lake was.
Police say they haven't determined what factors may have led to the collision, as it's still under investigation, but they did tell me that alcohol and drugs were not involved. Carrie Trownson, CTV News, North Bay. Water has been rushing through this dam for 60 years. On Wednesday, the province opened the gates for a guided tour of the facility.
We've invited media into Otto Holden Generating Station to provide a glimpse at our rich history while also giving a sense of the bright future that we have here in the community of Mattawa.
It stretches across the Ottawa River from Ontario to Quebec, producing clean, renewable energy every year. All of the hydro created here at the dam feeds the switchgears behind me for Hydro 1 and is then distributed to the grid to generate power for the rest of the province.
This station here at 240 megawatts can produce enough power to serve North Bay and Sudbury.
Located about 10 kilometers outside of Mattawa, it employs 24 full-time staff from the small town.
I consider myself very lucky to be able to come here with the professional people that I work with and you know what we do for the province, so it's great.
Dupra also sits on the town council. He says Otto Holden is a testament to the kind of industry this small town can support, and he hopes more industries will give the town a chance.
We hope that the Mattawa-Bonfield Economic Development Agency, which is our driver right now, you know, we have some things in the fire. We are getting a new Tim Hortons, or a Tim Hortons coming in soon, yes, and we have a few other things that are going on.
The dam is under tight security and is off limits to the public for safety reasons. But if you do want a closer look, the dam is open to the public every July during Voyageur Days. Carrie, Trownson, CTV News, Mattawa.